అణు అణువున నాదం నా పంచ ప్రాణాల నాట్య వినోదం నాలో రేగే నిన్నో హంసానందే రాగా.
మనం జీవిస్తున్న ఈ నిత్య కురుక్షేత్రంలో చాలాసార్లు మనసుకి బుద్ధికి మధ్య విపరీతపు ఘర్షణ జరుగుతుంది. మన కర్తవ్యం దేన్ని అనుసరించాలో నిర్ణయించుకోలేని సందిగ్ధతతో నలిగిపోతుంది.
నీ పేరు ఫల్గుణా?
Good evening and welcome to Shri Shanmukha Karthik Garu. Tell us about your film journey and how you were attracted to Viswanath Garu's films.
Yeah, actually, Viswanath is undoubtedly he's a great director, right? And I'm fortunate to be and work with him, and we were close family. Actually, when I'm watching his films, it is almost a encyclopedia of screenplay and dictionary of narration and taking style and all these things. On top of all these things, always he takes care of our Indian nativity and Indian heritage, Indian culture, and our fine arts and how great they are. All these things, we can find everything, all these things in every film of him, right? One way or other way, right? So that's how I'm great admirer of K. Viswanath, and I just follow him every time. Every time when I talk about movie, I'll follow those things.
Right.
Yeah.
See, we are also observe in his films a very Shastric Telugu nativity, which is
Correct.
based on the Guntur, Krishna, Godavari region.
Correct,
So
correct.
very Telugu traditions. So you have depicted the same in your film. So
True, yeah.
is it like I wanted to ask you, as important as it is to preserve and promote our art, both music and dance, is it also important to preserve and project our shastras in the right way?
Of course, there is no doubt about it. Of course, we have to, because we cannot call them as just shastras. They are treasure. It is our shastras, and those things are our pride of Indian culture and basically Indians, right? So of course we have to be careful, and we should see that it should be properly protected.
Yeah. So in your film, your character Neelakanta Shastri is chanting the Veda and he's performing the rituals. How did you decide to focus on that aspect of our culture?
Yeah, actually, what I thought, it's a blend of thoughts, right? See, now I'm doing a puja, right? I don't want to break that one. I never gave a small pause when I'm doing that till the end. Whatever the puja it is, either mantras or whatever, from start to end. So, but that time, that instant, have seen my daughter, his daughter is so in a different position and different ambience. I cannot stop my thing. I don't want to stop my puja. At the same time, I was tensed what happened to her. And at the same time, I want to pray for positivity, whatever that happened. So it is all blend.
Yeah, that's
So
a very
just stop and go there and ask her what happened. At the same time, he doesn't want to ask that one. He doesn't want to break that mantra or puja or whatever. At the same time, he is more tensed, and he doesn't want to break that puja for some reason. Some reason in the sense, don't know anything happen. Let it go like that, and it's a totally confused thought. In that stage, its mindset is in that position. So that is how I have conceived it. Yeah.
Yeah, you've projected it as if the chanting of that mantra will protect his family no matter what incident has happened.
Exactly. and that aura, that particular mantras they sing may protect her, may tell her not to tell any negative things after coming from the room. All these things have it is everything is going in his mind. He could not tolerate himself by stopping or getting up or asking her or listening to her. If he is going to listen that one, he is not expecting any negative things. So it is totally full of confusion status quo of mindset.
Right. So
So
even
in
the
that situation, he could not move from there. He
right.
could not ask her. I could not talk to her. Anything.
Yeah. So even your portrayal of the incident where she's harmed is very subtly and done not in a very dramatic manner as violence was shown even by his contemporaries.
Correct.
So he
Correct.
was known, even the negative or both the sad sorrow and the happiness, he showed it in a very subtle, natural way,
Correct. Correct.
which you have also done. So
Yeah.
how
That.
is
Yeah. That is actually. That is the style of K. Viswanath garu and Bapu garu. You know Bapu director also, no?
yes, yes.
So I think if you remember one scene in Sankarabharanam, you have seen that movie, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In that there is a shot when that particular person, that Jamindar kind of person, has raped Manju Bhargavi. Nothing will be there. Only one snake. One snake just turns.
Right.
So nothing is there. As you rightly mentioned, it's a settled. We understood what is that.
Correct.
That kind of thing I have taken. That kind of. So I
Because there
don't
is
big
yeah.
big pell-mell there and this way and that way, physical actions, all these things I have avoided.
Yeah. That
Just
was very beautifully done. I think you even got some sketching work where
yeah,
she goes towards the water, that
yeah,
artistic touch was
correct, yes,
some
yes,
graphics.
correct, yeah.
So when we are also talking about the use of flashback and as a storytelling technique, we cannot show in a short film everything in a linear sequence. So you
Correct,
have used this where he's telling, sorry, the story of what happened before. Is that
correct.
something that Vishwanath Garu did frequently, and was it
Exactly,
inspired by him?
exactly what you have said is he always, if you follow him, his films, he always start from the flashback.
Mm.
You see Srathimucham and Sagar Sangamam. You take any, most of them, not, I won't say all the films, but most of the films he'll start with the flashback. So that, see, technique of flashback is always gives us a space to narrate the things in a very, like a book we can narrate on celluloid. So I have tried that one. Yeah.
Wonderful. And also, this using of a strong female protagonist, but it's not, where the lady is the only good person or the strong person as opposed to the men in the film. Even the men, like her father or her grandfather, are seen as very principled people. So that's
Correct.
a very nice way of promoting a certain community, of
Yeah.
even having values. Even the Sambandhi who comes to, ask for her hand, he is
Mm.
also showing great character.
Correct.
Everybody in the film is showing a very deep value
Yeah,
based.
because there is no point in pointing them. I mean, there is no point in devaluing them, or demoralizing the giving D shades to them. Not necessary. I felt that it is not necessary to give some kind of villainy looks and villainy kind of statements. That's not necessary. It's not demanding me. So that's why I made it everything almost positive.
Right. And what was your previous film experience before this, and how did it, influence the making of this film?
Yeah, exactly. What happened is basically I'm a musician, right?
Okay.
So I did,
Wonderful.
yeah, I am a musician. I used to do music for films,
Mm.
and I did about 10 to 15 films in Telugu industry, and slowly have turned to editing. So editing, why I have turned to editing is a different story, because I don't want to. Now you know that the music is became just like a sound pollution, right? So I've just gone into the editing craft, and I started doing editing from past almost 5 to 6 years for films and short films and documentaries, ads, so many things. So slowly, when I am into editing, I started writing. I started writing the scripts also. So that's how I got into this one, and slowly, it is like clerk, junior clerk, senior clerk, manager, senior manager, something like that.
Could you tell us about your music background? What music have you been trained in? And
Yeah, actually, I'm a musician. I'm from Madras. So I used to do recordings over there. And when the film industry has shifted from Chennai to Hyderabad, so we all shifted because we were told to shift there because Telugu industry will be there only from those time onwards.
Mhm.
So we have all shifted, and after some time, I got a opportunity to do a music for one movie. Slowly it has come. Then I have did some television serials for ETV and Gemini TV, and just like that, devotional, social, all these things I did. For music composition. I'm talking about music composition, not as a instrument player.
So,
Yeah.
Karthika, in K. Vishwanath Garu's films,
Yeah.
music has two roles. One where, the participants are singing or actively participating in the music. Other
Mm.
is the music in the background.
Mm.
So, given these two forms of music, today music in the film industry is largely as, not very classical
Correct.
in its nature. So, have we lost something over, these few years in the uh, quality of the sahityam as well as in the role of music in films?
Definitely, we have lost the quality of the music. That's what I told you in the beginning. There is no, it is, we cannot call it as, not everyone, I should not say everyone. There are so many movies have come recently, released recently. They are having very good songs and very good music and all these things. But most of them, we always call it the average, no? We'll take average. We cannot just focus on one or two movies. So in that concern, definitely this scenario is, yes, there is a quality loss in music, both in background music score also. In background music also, see, background music is very important for movie, whether it's a short film or it's a big film or whatever it is. Background score is the only element which enhance the video, which enhance the mood of that particular scene. Just remove the background and watch the film, you feel in a different way. You will definitely find the difference in Ilayaraja's music. That is, if you see that, if you just remove the Ilayaraja's background score and mute that one and watch the film, there will be a big difference. So background score is very important. Nowadays, that has also become, so as you said, that it is not that up to the mark, like kind of thing. Songs are anyway, the subjects are not demanding the songs. Naturally, songs also will come in that way. See, we cannot introduce or we cannot compose a song in a mass kind of subject. The subject should allow us to do it. The subject should demand or hungry.
Correct.
The subject should hungry to have good songs in terms of classical. If the subject is not favoring you, it goes like that only. We can't help it. It's all our destiny. We can't say that, because if I'm doing music for a movie, the subject is in a commercial way of kind of thing, where the classical things or our culture will not, not resemble in that one. I cannot compose anything. I cannot do anything in that one. The subject should allow us to do all these things. So subject is more important.
So,
If the
Vishwanath,
subject is allowing to do something, if you are doing bad or if you are spoiling that one, that's a different matter.
Vishwanath Garu was perhaps one of the rare directors who made classical music popular among audiences. He did not see what audience wants and, respond to that.
Correct.
Even classical musicians today, they keep saying classical music is a niche field. Not everybody can appreciate classical, especially Carnatic music. So
Okay.
whereas he said he made classical music popular, and people started following Carnatic music and could appreciate music. So was that because of way he told the story and the way he brought in music into his storyline?
Yeah, actually, we cannot bluntly say that his movies are, filled with classical music and all. It is not exactly class. It is cinematic classical music. He has taken the advantage of the classical music, and he has gone in that way. But it is again a cinematic shade only is there. We cannot see you take.
Pure classical.
It is not purely classical. You cannot say. We should not say it is purely classical. He has taken the advantage of classical and blended into the cinematic or commercial things. That's why it has reached everyone.
Sure. So I think like his films also combined commercial themes with art themes. And it was not a purely commercial movie, nor a purely art film movie. So I think he was a master in that.
Of course, he's master. He knows how to blend the. Nah, he'll draw a line between the classical and the normal.
Yeah.
So even not only in the music or not only in the background score, even in the story itself, he'll take a very trendy very trendy subject. He'll make it, with all the values. Yeah.
So what was your experience shooting this film? What were the main challenges and what were the things that gave you happiness?
Happiness or problem?
Both.
Both. Actually, when I started working about the casting, see, we have our own limits. See, now I can't bring the top-notch, professionals, top-notch actors rather, who are prevailing in the Telugu film industry or anywhere, because you know that though so many things will takes concern, funding and so many things are there. So there I got a problem how to bring out the actors, how to bring the actors for this particular thing, because these very old, retro kind of characters. So right now the actors who are available in Hyderabad or wherever, they are not up to this kind of, if I want to have a romantic boy or romantic girl or a 25 years girl or 30 years boy, it can be possible. Our father, our mother, it is possible. This is a different kind of story, and unless until the proper actor is not there, it flops. So there I got a problem. Somehow, luckily, I got Mr. Nilakant. I got challenged with that character only. Other characters, it's okay. But this is a main character which resembles some of our old people like S.V. Rangarao, Gummadi, and Somyajal Garu, like this. But they are not available here. It has become very difficult for me to point out our casting is really had a problem. Yeah.
So what was the satisfaction? What was you feel was the greatest achievement in making this film?
Can you just repeat me?
Yeah. What do you feel was the greatest satisfaction in making this film for you personally?
Personally, I feel that I have maintained the culture. I have maintained that standard of dialogue, standard of taking that I could able to manage. I don't know whether I'm 100% perfect or not, but somehow I could be able to reach that particular frame at least in terms of casting, in terms of costumes, in canvas, everything. That to that mark, I am satisfied, considering our limits. So that limits you have to underline.
Thank you so much for this conversation and
Thank you.
wishing you all the best in your future endeavors.
And what exactly, may I know, what is this interview is actually?